Hello, my dears. Happy new moon in Sagittarius. Today we're going to be talking about the new moon that we have coming up on the 1st of December. I think it's the 1st of December for everybody. What that might mean for you, the energies that we might be feeling. This is very fresh start energy. We also have a Mercury retrograde going on during this new moon cycle. But what's really fascinating to me, my favorite part of December, is the fact that we're switching up the flow of the month going into 2025. What do you mean by that, Sarah? We have a new moon on the 1st, we have a full moon in the middle of the month, and then we have another full moon at the end of the, two new moons. So we have a new moon at the beginning of December, a full moon in the middle, and then we have another new moon at the end of December, 2024. So we kick off 2025 with fresh new energy, a new flow of how we're going to be releasing, celebrating, and manifesting. Releasing, celebrating, and manifesting. So let's get into this new moon. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Sarah. I am a channel and astrologer, and I speak through lenses around here because I wear these big old glasses. So I channel through the lens of astrology, a growth mindset, and creating a safe space for us to connect, express ourselves, and really understand and unpack a little of this, spirituality. We have a growth mindset around here. We like to really understand what's happening out there, not to be afraid of it. Astrology is not something to fear. It's something to utilize, nurture, harness, and just be cognizant of, so that you know that when you're triggered or when something's happening in the external, you know that that's a reflection of something that you're going through. We know that triggers are really just a light being shone on something inside of you that you need to work on. This is a third dimensional matrix reality that's birthed with our thoughts, words, actions, and intentions. None of this is real. I'm not real. You're not real. We're just all living in a video game. So with that being said, our video game characters are really, and I want to highlight my Monday video that I did on, when was it? The 18th of November, which I call it Pluto in Aquarius. It was the day before Pluto went into Aquarius. And one of my beautiful subscribers, because we talk about our human avatar, and we're consciousness running this meat suit. We've said meat suit before, and she goes, "Why don't we rebrand meat suit to precious cargo?" And I was like, it just really resonated. So our precious cargo, or human avatars, are affected by the way that we have been treated in our lives, our traumas, our sun, moon, and rising sign, whatever our chart is, things like that, whatever energy you've given to the external or to the internal. We're also swimming in the energy of the external. So right now, as I record this, we're finishing up the end of Scorpio season, which is the depths of our own processing. And then we're going into Sagittarius energy starting tomorrow, which is a good time. We're going to talk about Sagittarius. And so this is the general astrological wheel. Starts in Aries and goes all the way around over to Pisces. So this is very accessible for anyone. If you'd like to watch my all signs reading that coincides with this new moon, I do an all signs reading for the new moon, for each new moon and full moon. I also have an all signs reading in my membership group, as well as you can purchase as a one-off for the entirety of Sagittarius season. I do that all signs reading for each season ahead. So we go over all the key dates that I've referenced in my Sagittarius video that's for free on YouTube. So if you'd like to kind of really understand what that means for you and your rising, your sun sign, and your moon sign, definitely go check that out. I will put all of those links below. I will also put the link to the Sag season video. What did I even call that? Wow West. What do you mean by that, Sarah? Well, actually, go grab your coffee or tea, pause the video, grab a juice, grab a snack, grab whatever you'd like, but grab your journal to take notes, and we'll use Nasha, my smoky quartz, to pause. Pause the video, go grab your things. Cool. So, what do we know already about Sagittarius energy? This is the 9th house. Quest, adventure, long distance travel, higher education, spirituality. This is also one of the houses of legalities. We have Libra, the balanced scales, and also Sagittarius. These two houses run legalities. a few different, and if you are new here, just know that when I'm talking to you, my guides kind of show me an image over here. I have a very galactic screen that has kind of like flip-flopped between the Council of Nine as well as the Galactic Federation. Very Arcturian energy has been coming through lately, extremely Arcturian energy. And I also have a past life visual going on over here all at the same time. So as a channeler, there's like a lot of tabs open, if you will. So Sag energy, and this is the 9th house. This new moon is at the 9th degree. It's at 9 degrees. And I had mentioned this, I forget what video, that from the eclipse that we just had a few months, like last month, to the eclipse, from this eclipse season to next eclipse season, every single new moon that we have is going to be at 9 degrees of their sign. 9 Sag, 9 Cap, 9 Aquarius, 9 Pisces, and then it ends, I think, at like 10 degrees Aries over here. That's going into 2025. What does any of that mean, Sarah? When we have the number 9, I want you to think of a baby. You're at the very end of a cycle. You can't stay where you are. The baby can't stay in the only world it's ever known. It has to go into the brazen unknown, shaking and like literally pooping its pants to be like, wow, I don't know, but I got to go down that corridor. That's the way, because you can't stay there or else you'll die. So a lot of people are feeling this new energy birthing, this new experience that we're having, whether it be, we know that, where is Pluto? Nope, that's not you. Here we go. Pluto is safely in Aquarius energy. For this new moon, it's going to be at 0 degrees still. Pluto will never go back into Capricorn for the rest of our lives. That's amazing. That's great. All the lessons that you learned then are going to be, okay, so the guides are coming through, and I just want to offer this, and then we'll get into the dates, and then we'll get into the astrology. It might be coming up for you, and it's coming up for me, that you might want to come after someone in a legal way. You might want to be like, you are wrong. You are wronging me. You are smearing my name. You are doing all these things. Whatever it is, you are treating people inappropriately. You're doing all these things. I want you to act accordingly. Be so unbothered. Be so unbothered. A very powerful friend of mine, a very intense, beautiful corporate light worker, she said, like, when you speak, make your lawyer proud. Don't act out right now. I want you to focus so intently on what it is that you are creating and manifesting, the life of that person. This is your habits. I'm mentioning this because we have Mercury retrograde for this new moon. What do we know about Mercury retrogrades? Happens 3 times a year. It is nothing to fear. We still have a few other planets that are retrograde. You don't sign big deals. You don't make big decisions. It goes retrograde on Cyber Monday. On the 25th of November is when Mercury goes retrograde at 22 degrees. And for this new moon, this is at 20 degrees of Sagittarius. It goes retrograde on Cyber Monday. So I referenced this, I forget. I think I referenced it in my Sag season introductory video. If it's been in the cart, absolutely spend the money on Cyber Monday. Don't be like, oh my God, it's a beautiful Cyber Monday. I need that television. I need that thing. I need that. You don't. My guy, you don't. You don't. You don't. And we've been talking about this for a little while. My Aries placements especially. We have such a shift of energy going into, this is my second time recording this, so I totally forget if I mentioned it or not. So it's because we have 3 moon cycles in December. What do you mean by that, Sarah? We have a new moon on the 1st, I have a full moon in the middle of the month, and then a new moon. I did mention, okay. I want to try to record them over and over and over again. It's just kind of like, so we have a new moon, full moon, and then a new moon in December. So we're starting off 2025 where the moon cycles is going to be celebration release at the beginning of the month or the middle of the month, and then it's going to be manifestation at the end of the month, where we've been in a cycle of new moons coming first and full moons coming later in the month. So I'm very excited about this. What I was saying before, my apologies about getting all over the place, but I think it's happening. I think it's slapping, is that, I can't remember which one. Nope, not you. we have the North Node right now for this new moon at 3 degrees of Aries. And we have the South Node right over here at 3 degrees of Libra. Very end, the very, very end. Wherever you have 0, 1, 2, I'll say 3 degrees of Aries in your chart, you are getting rocked right now. Going into 2025, this area of your chart is going to be rocked. You have a fresh, clean sextile from Pluto going to this. And I'll just highlight as well that that sextile is active for, the Pluto sextile is active for early degree Sagittarius. So if you have, wherever you have 0, 1, 2 degrees of Sagittarius, Pluto is really upgrading that area of your chart. And Pluto, as well as the North Node right now, is upgrading 0, 1, 2 degrees, I'll say 3 because the North Node is there, of Aries right now. Sarah, what does any of this mean? You're a little all over the place. Wherever that falls in your chart, actually, we'll just talk about it now. This is the very beginning of the zodiac. This is the very first degree of the entire astrological wheel. Starts in Aries, goes all the way around over to Pisces. This is the beginning, the storefront view of my life. How you want people to see you, how you want to show up in the world, how you want to be perceived. Because this new moon is happening during a Mercury retrograde. We get another new moon the end of the month. You're gonna feel different. You're gonna kind of have to trim some of the fat. So how do you want to utilize this new moon? Big, broad brush strokes. But I want you to also look at your daily habits. I'm going to highlight very seriously my self-mastery program, Fundamental Metaphysical Practices for Leaders and Entrepreneurs. The link for that is below. We talk about this. While you are manifesting, you're manifesting, I'll just use the parable of a gym. You want to work with a personal trainer. You know that you're here and you got to get to here, so you want to work with a personal trainer. That's amazing. That's not within your reality just yet. It's on the vision board. You got the body. You know that you need to have that bridge and you want to hire someone to be able to do that. You're not in that reality just yet. Then I want you to find the time blocks in your schedule that you are going to be working with a personal trainer. Could be 1, 2, 3 times a week. I want you to go to the gym and do the best you can with a free YouTube workout, with a calisthenic, with a, you don't have a gym membership, then get some kettlebells for the house. You don't have kettlebells for the house, then do a body weight workout, get a yoga mat, just hardwood floors, go for a run, do something to tucker yourself out during those time blocks so that when you do have that personal trainer, when that vibration is readily available, you already have the blocks in your schedule. You're doing the best you can with the tools that you have. My belly's rumbling. This is for some of you. And so I want us to utilize the new moon for that. For that. This is also coming up for a lot of people in my own reality. There are some clothing, I don't know why I pronounced it like that, but there are some clothes you got to throw away. You got to throw them away. You have to stop putting them on. It is lowering your vibration. It is putting you in a frump. It is just, this is coming through for a lot of people. There are some energies attached to them. If it is not a resounding yes, if you don't feel like that black cat, that incredible divine being that you are, if you don't feel like that divine feminine, that divine masculine, if you don't feel top shelf every single time you put something on, throw it away. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. And go with less until you can provide. Like, it's okay to only have a few items. It's okay. I've been there. I've been borderline homeless, lived out of some suitcases while everything that I owned was in a storage unit. I've been there. You can minimalistically survive having a few different things and not having all of these options. So I will be joining you on that, truly, completely. I want you to feel sleek. I want you to feel how that future of version of you that you are manifesting feels. I want you to feel like that person at all times. And the way we present ourselves to the world is how the world is going to treat us. So when was it? When was it? I forget where I wrote it down. Because this is very new energy, I'm trying to remember where I posted it or where I wrote it. I haven't written on my blog for a minute. I'm going to get back to that. I'm going to get to that again. But so if you're in an environment where the people in your town, wear their pajamas to the grocery store, there are going to be subtle shifts to the way you present yourself to the world. It might not be that you wear your PJs to the grocery store, but you might not be as ostentatious as you normally would if you were in an environment that was naturally more ostentatious. Show up anyways, dress the part, act accordingly, and maybe switch up where you're shopping. Maybe switch up where you're going to the cafe. Maybe switch up the environments that you put yourself in. Just a thought, because we're not making big deals with Mercury retrograde. This is also such big, powerful energy. Sagittarius energy is so potent that I want you to really act the part. So my self-mastery program, I'm having a Black Friday sale. I'm just reading my notes before I get into the dates, and then we'll get into the astrology. It's going to be 30% off from the 28th on Thanksgiving through Cyber Monday, 30% off my entire website, or all of my programs on my Gumroad. The links are always below. 30% off the entire thing. 30% off if you want to join a membership group for your first month will be 30% off, as well as my private sessions are going to be buy one, get one. It's kind of like $50 off or 50% off. So my 2-session rate is usually $500. My 1-session rate is $300. My 2-session rate is $500. I'm going to offer those 2 for $450. So it's kind of like buy one, get one 50% off, or buy one, get one $50 off. It's a beautiful thing. We have to book during that time period, as well as there's a 20% to book it. 20% due I'm sorry, I'm butchering this. 20% due at the time of booking, which is non-refundable. And then we can book it all the way into 2025. I don't care, but it's $50 off. So if you've been interested in that, please reach out. Yes, I'll offer. I'm hearing some of you ask about my 1-session rate to do I'll have a think and then I'll get back to you, to do like a private astrology reading. I'll have a think on that. You can join the membership. I'll put the Sagittarius seasons below. The self-mastery program could really be helpful for a lot of my entrepreneurs. Start changing your schedule right now. Okay, let's get into, I'm going to offer you the dates and times for this new moon, and then we're going to talk about the astrology. So Eastern Standard Time, the 1st of December, 1:21. Gold Coast, Australia, the 1st of December, 16:21. Melbourne, it's very uncomfortable to say it like that, but somebody commented and said I had to say it like that. I don't want to say it like that. Melbourne, or Melb. 1st of December, 17:21. And Central Standard Time, the 1st of December at 00:21. So it's like 12:21 a.m. Very first thing in the morning. I'm teaching you military time. Okie dokie. So we already have the sun, we have the moon, and we have Mercury all over here in the sign of Sagittarius. Quest, adventure, long distance travel, higher education. Find out exactly where this falls in your birth chart, the chart of your company, the chart of the country that you live in. I'm curious because the U.S., I have the chart right here, is a Sag rising. I want to see if this is in the 12th or this is, okay, if you live in the United States, the natal chart for the United States is at 12 degrees of Sagittarius ascendant. So this is like right here. If you live in the U.S., so you can manifest in the 12th. And you can watch the Sagittarius video in my All Signs reading. So who else we got? We got Pluto up, we all have those things. Okie dokie. I'm going to have Venus in the house of legacy, public image, career. This is at 23 degrees. Legacy. Fully, your entire life is changed and dictated by the habits that you have. And showing up, and I don't care if it's, oh my God, it was a Terry Crews quote a long time ago, that was, you have to treat the gym like the spa. Even if you show up, do a few things, and then you skedaddle, you're showing up every day. You're showing up to your body every single day. You're making time for your human body. But when you first get into this, and Dr. Joe Dispenza language as well, your body's going to flounder. It's It's gonna be like, no. You gotta tell a story of how big you are. You gotta tell a story of how you can't do this. You gotta keep doing that. And you're like, actually, I'm just gonna show up. Just gonna show up. Whatever I accomplish there is what I accomplish, but I'm gonna do my best the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day. So I don't care how far you feel as though you've fallen into the depths of your own crap. You're the only one that can pull yourself out of this. I'm sorry that was harsh, but it's Sag season, so. Okay, Mars is in Leo over here at 5 degrees. So this is on the 1st, and on the 6th of December, Mars is going to go retrograde. This is a big week. This is a big week of shifting. And so I don't ever want us to, and we talked about that in that Monday live. I'm going to put the link for that below. That's free. And I go live pretty much every Monday at 11 Eastern Standard Time. Please join us. It's a really fun group. It's a really great time. And you can always, on the live playlists, it's always posted immediately to YouTube if you can't join the live. Love's coming for a lot of you. Like soul contract love is coming for a lot of you. And you're worthy. And we talked about this in Sag season, the Sag season introductory video. And the link for a podcast that really shook my marbles, a Lewis Howes, obviously. It was talking about praying to become the container, the vessel that can hold whatever it is that you are manifesting, that you are working towards. Because we have to utilize the universal law of aligned action, which is, okay, you've placed your order. Now go do it. Go act as that being. Go act accordingly. How do they walk? How do they talk? How does that more authentic version of you live their life? It takes such incredible self-discipline and self-mastery to do this. I am not going to tell you that any of what it is that I know how ostentatious I can seem with, my little paper wheel on the wall and the sparkles on my face. But it is wildly difficult and takes incredible self-mastery and self-discipline to do what it is that I include in every free video, in every, the repetition of hearing this over and over again. I had a dear soul sister and light worker say that to me yesterday, which was because I felt for a while, and if you've been here for a while, please, you know that I've been like, is it redundant? Am I repeating myself too much? And she's like, every time I hear something, whether it be the same thing again, I'm a new evolved version each time I hear it. So don't ever feel, Sarah, that you're, putting too much repetition out there. The more I'm reminded of this energy, the more that I'm reminded of how many different lenses we're expressing our human being through, the better. So there's not a single aspect that I'm going to mention because there's nothing everything's so wide. What do you mean by that, Sarah? So I have Jupiter retrograde at 17 degrees of Gemini over here, whereas this is in wide opposition. This is 20 degrees, this is 17 degrees. Normally I only do a 1 degree orb because this is not, astrology is a lens that I channel through, but it's not the only lens that I want you to be concerned with. So that I feel is a little bit I'll highlight the work of Pam Gregory. She talks about the incredible aspects, all of those different things. There are many astrologers that are just going to give you the astrology. This is how you're going to utilize this. Jupiter retrograde, Mercury retrograde, it's Jupiter Sagittarius is its normal house, Mercury Gemini is its normal house. What is it, mutually exclusive? I forget what it's called. But these in opposition to their, Jupiter is at home in Sag and Mercury is at home in Gemini. They're kind of talking, but they're both retrograde. So it's really saying to me, I'm listening to the guides and they want to be harsh with you today because I'm really receiving and being given more harsh lessons. And it's not that was way harsh, Ty. It's just, if you can't set the schedule of your future self with the habits that you want to be having, whether it's setting your morning routine, eating in the appropriate way, drinking water, exercising, doing the extracurriculars that you really like, how do I say? You got to incorporate some fun into your life. And if you're not doing that, then that shows me you're not ready for freedom. because with time, location, and financial freedom, you're gonna have a lot of time to have fun. So studying something, yeah, Jupiter, oh, you can't even see it, pardon me. Jupiter over here, retrograde in Gemini, there's infinite information available to you in your telephone. Infinite information. So what is it that you're ingesting? You're just doing... Oh, I'm with you. I'm with you. You know I struggle with that. You know I struggle with that. I'll drink water and that. Oh, so good. It's so good. Okay, so let's put up the rest of the board and then we'll see what the guides have to say. So I have Chiron retrograde, 19 degrees of Aries. Chiron's going to go direct to the end of the month at 19 degrees. So it's kind of like really nailing down there. I have Lilith, Black Moon Lilith. These are the mean nodes in Lilith at 17 degrees. I have Saturn now direct, 12 degrees of Pisces. I have Uranus retrograde, 24 degrees of Taurus. And I have Neptune retrograde at 27 degrees of Pisces. So this new moon is falling on the 1st of December. I already mentioned Mars, which is going to go retrograde on the 6th. And then I have the 7th. Venus is going to go into Aquarius, conjunct Pluto, and Neptune is going to go direct at 27 degrees. That day, I'm also going to have the Sun in opposition of Jupiter. We talked about this in Sag season. I referenced that in my all signs reading for Sag season, which is available for purchase. You can join my membership group. I have an all access membership group. I have a just the all signs reading membership group, or you can purchase it $28. Yeah, the all access membership group, we do a monthly coaching call on the first Saturday of the month. So that is my first small group. That's going to be my first, coaching call. The 7th, we meet at 11 Eastern Standard Time over Zoom. So all access membership group is $33, very accessible. The all signs reading membership group is $28, or you can just buy it for $28. We go through every single one of these transits for your rising sign, your sun sign, and your moon sign. So you can go through all of that. So that is going to be a very big day when the sun is in opposition of Jupiter. Sarah, what does that even mean? What do these oppositions even mean? It's full moon energy. They're in complete opposition to each other. Full moons are when the sun and the moon are opposite of each other. It's a big celebration, powerful energy, kind of polarizing energy, if you will, but also celebratory energy. Again, we're not making these wild and crazy big decisions because with Mercury and Jupiter both retrograde, the house of communication, early learning, short trips, and this house of quest, adventure, long distance travel, and higher education. I don't want you buying big programs. I don't want you buying big things. Wait until the end of the month. Wait until the end of the month. I can only offer you what the planets are saying. Do whatever you want, but wait until the end of the month. Just start to clear and create the schedule of that future version of you and act like them at all times, in every breath. And then you'll be able to check in as to when you check out. You'll know. You'll know. I'm going to highlight the work of Aaron Lyons. Lyons? Yeah, Aaron Lyons. I said Pam Gregory already. Is there anyone else? Dr. Joe Dispenza, obviously. Lewis House, the Summit School of Greatness. This might be mirror work time. And I want to just time out and say, if any of what you are experiencing is anxiety producing or difficult to process, or you feel fear around anything, then absolutely do not do it. Absolutely do not do it. I think a nice comfy step, if mirror work is a little bit too much, are to get Post-its that just say, I am powerful, I am this, whatever your I am statements are, and put them on the mirrors so that that's what your brain sees. And then you can start to reprogram, rewire your brain from that vantage point. Very sassy, very Arcturian energy that's coming in today. And they're really just reminding you, they're like, you know what to do. You really know what to do. You know what your future version of you, Bob Proctor, Razor's Edge Theory, you know what to do. You know how that version of you acts. And so when you look in the mirror, a lot of what we're all experiencing is that frustration with ourselves, with our precious cargo, with our human body. And so love the version of you that got you to where you are. Love them very dearly, very, very deeply. And it's something that we talked about on that Monday Live, where a lot of people, like I said at the beginning, are experiencing this, I'm right, and I have to show them that I'm right. They have to know that what they're doing is wrong. They have to know, girl, they know what they're doing is wrong. Yeah, this could be for my corporate people. This could be for people in your 3D job. This could be people in your community. This could be people like, dude, they know what they're doing is wrong. My video, Reverence for the Villain, you learned quick. That's a no vibration for me. So don't enmesh yourself with that no vibration. Write an anger letter. Get it out on the Gemini full moon. It's going to be at 23 degrees of Gemini. So the sun will be right around where Mercury is, and the moon will be over here at 23 degrees. It'll be a wide conjunction, but this Mercury-Jupiter opposition is actually getting highlighted this month. So I want us to really understand that energy. You're right. I just need you to know that you're right, but your execution will make you wrong, because that's not what I want you to focus on. I want you to focus on what's worth fighting for, that future version of you. They are worth fighting for, not the dying ego of the old version of you. I love you. Please stay with me. Please stay with me. You're completely in the right. You're completely in the right. I'll highlight the conversation that happened on the live, and then we're going to get into the tarot. And it offers some really nice validation, where someone had said, this job that I went for, they ghosted me, then they took someone else. The amount of love that the community threw at this person to say, thank you. It's kind of like a no is a redirection, or rejection is a redirection. If God is keeping a door shut, there's two images that I'm getting. If God is keeping a door shut, stop trying to open it to say, see me. Where down the corridor, there's people that's like, you are amazing. What's your story? Here's a seat at the table. I want to invest in you. Stop trying to open the door, and stop trying to convince people that do not see your worth what your worth is. Stop trying to get them to love you, apologize to you, treat you the way that you need to be treated. Start to treat yourself the way that you need to be treated, and get so, I don't like swearing anymore, but un-F-withable. Oh, the Black Cat Theory woman on Instagram, TikTok, I believe as well, like highlighting her work as well. Be so un-F-withable that rejection doesn't even faze you. I'll give because we speak from I statements around here if you're new at the cafe. When I had my first video go, for me viral, like I got my first 1,000 views on a video, not all of the comments were nice. And it was my first time experiencing people it was my human story. And people were like, I don't believe you. I'm like, this is my human story. And I was like, how can you not believe me? And so I had to go through this moment of like, you could erase your entire YouTube right now, and move along with your life. And I had to get used to people just being themselves and reject me and make fun of me and say things that were not what I thought to be. I was receiving comments, and to this day I still receive comments that aren't what I would ever express to another person. But A, that version of me that they are speaking to doesn't even exist, because they don't know you, they don't know me. And B, that's their reality. That's their reality. Their reality is no less potent and real as my reality. So I'm not going to try to shake you from whatever reality you're in and say, you have to believe that I'm a good person. Who cares? Who cares? You have to have the people in your life your VIPs that you know and trust and love, and let the world. Let them be. Let them be. So, this is the tarot card that represents 0 to 10 degrees of Sagittarius. This is a beautiful card. This is things coming in hot. This is, texts, faxes, emails, letters, just all these, because there's no people in the card. This is just information. Whatever it is that you want, it's coming in very, very quickly. Again, there is love connections happening so quickly, so powerfully, so beautifully. People are bringing in star children. People are, getting star fur babies. New friendships are coming in. This is beautiful energy. Beautiful energy. I love this. I love this. This is the major arcana card that represents Sagittarius. Temperance is also called the alchemist, because see how this angel has 1 foot on land, 1 in the water. And the water that's being poured, it's not going up and down. This is magic. So you have to place your order with God and then act accordingly. Don't make big moves in the out. Don't do it. Take as long as you need. Mercury retrograde happens 3 times a year. You can go without making massive out there decisions and just work on yourself during that time period. Yeah, I've given you enough time to get ready for this. This is angelic. This is important. This is holiday season. We all believe in magic this time of year, so get excited. This is the court card that's Sagittarius. You got bigger things to do in this world. You see how the little salamanders, they're not clasping their tails, as that happens with the King of Wands. You still have things to do. You really do. And I talk about this. I'm writing my workbook for 2025. And I asked this question, and it's something that I heard, like a little clip of Cat Williams, and it really just he's like, if you take nothing from me, I want you to go to bed every single night as if you could never wake up again, because it's possible. Live your life as if this is your last day on earth. And so I offer you this journal prompt, which is, if you went out right now, today, done. Like the thing happens and the world goes kapoof. What do you feel as though you have not yet experienced that you'd be a little bit like, oh, yeah, I kind of wish I experienced that. I kind of wish I experienced that. What's the first most important thing? The most important thing. And this could be complete financial freedom. This could be love. This could be having a family. This is potent, and this is going to hit. We're all leaders around here. We're all entrepreneurs. We all have a growth mindset. But it's usually not like, oh, I, had this chair at the office. That's one of the top 5 things I think that seniors say when they're close to death. They're like, I just wish I lived a little more. I wish I dressed more like myself. I took more days off. I ate the second piece of cake. I ate the cake, or I did the thing, or I just lived my life. It's not like, oh, I'm really proud of myself for putting in all that OT. I'm really proud of myself. Yeah, I'm just glad that I did that. We know this. Most jobs, most 3D jobs, if you died today, they'd replace you in a day or 2. Yeah. I want to highlight Bob Proctor again, because he speaks of 3 things that guarantee your success. The need for what it is that you do, the skill or the specificity, the ability that you have to do it, and the ease in which you are replaceable. Every single one of you, I'm going to shake the wand at you today. Every single one of you has a very specific role to play in this world. A lot of you, it is living a comfortable, bougie life. Might be the first one in your whole family line. Might be the first one in your whole generation. That's Pluto over here. tons of content that I have for you. The all signs reading, Pluto and Aquarius. And then I have a Pluto and Aquarius part 1, part 2. And then that Monday live that's listed below, we talk all about Pluto. So tons of information for you. Tons of information. You are worthy of the you that you see in your mind's eye. You are worthy of that you. I think that could be a great post-it to put on. I am worthy. I am enough. And every time you sit in meditation, every time you pray, whatever that means to you, it could be walks in the woods, whatever it is. There's no right way or wrong way to do it, just as long as you're doing it. Pray to become the container, the vessel that can hold what it is that you are working towards. This is the razor's edge. Take this retrograde time, take this whole month, so that stepping into January 2025, when the nodes go into Pisces and Virgo, that's when the big things shift. Don't, to the best of your ability, get caught up with the fresh Pluto and Aquarius, which is like, I want to burn it. You are treating everybody like, if it's been in the works for a very long time and you're part of something legal, I would really take this Mercury retrograde and be so aware of what your end goal is, and make sure that your inner child and your inner teenager are not running the ship. The self-mastery program, we go through all the voices that are going off in your head. I couldn't recommend these programs higher. 30% off for Black Friday going into, what's it called? Cyber Monday. But I'll even highlight for this, like, don't invest in that on Cyber Monday if that's not within your wheelhouse. I talk about some of it enough, and you could do tons of research on free things. Like, look into the laws of the universe. Look into that. Look into IFS. Look into your inner child, your inner teenager, your future self, your shadow self. Like, look into that. Look into all of these things. There is so much information. I'm not the only person on this planet. I'm not the only soul that is channeling this through. This is just the way that I channel it through. So you'll never be without my free stuff on YouTube. When you want to do the deep dive, definitely go check out my membership groups. If you are just keen to, if you feel as though I offer enough of the manifestation type of conversation, then the full moon healing, that is also in the, all access membership group, but then I have, it's $11. It's a channeling, a full moon healing. I offer light language, channeled messages, and some distance healing as well. So I have a membership group for that for $11. That's in the all access membership group, as well as you just purchase it for $11 each month. It's completely up to you. It's completely up to you. This full moon coming up in Gemini, December 15th. There's so much to our language that needs to stop, Even, some of you are just freshly in this Pluto and Aquarius energy, and you're like, we got to burn the man to the ground. We got to burn it down. They're doing wrong by the world. They know they're doing wrong. I'm going to leave you with this. If you do not have some version of understanding that there is a law of karma, what you give, you receive. If you don't have that language and you're doing wrong in this world, okay, I want to rephrase what I'm saying, because the guides are showing it in a you way, because I want to talk directly to you. If you feel as though you're a good person, that you've been doing good things in this world, that you've been putting a lot of positive energy out there, and that you're like, why am I still in this situation? Why am I still in this nutcracker of a space? Why, like, what's going on? It has to come back to you. That's one of the laws of this universe, not just this planet, but this universe. So wait your turn. And so the opposite of that is, if you've seen someone in your life that's doing wrong, that's not getting their comeuppance, that's not, like, I was like, why? God's always in the room. God is the air we breathe. Source, God, spirit, the universe, that's literally like, You think that's air you're breathing. God is everything, from the first particle in the farthest of the universe all the way to my beating heart. God is everything. God is always there and watching and responding. God is always the one that is making sure that everything is happening accordingly. So this Pluto transit, don't get caught up. That's when I know it's time for a new one, when they're all gone. Don't get caught up in that, because that's a reality that you're not a part of anymore. Keep focusing on being un-F-withable, on acting as if you are that version of yourself, creating the environment, creating the schedule, the habits, and then doing them to the best of your ability with the tools that you have. That's it. That's it. That will change your entire life. That's what I want you focused on for this new moon, is the habit of habits, and do them every single day until it happens, until your external reality mirrors it back to you. That's it. That's it. That's it. And try me, because you will start to see how difficult that is and how programmed your brain actually is. You will start to see how many times you're like, oh, I just want to do this, where it's tiring. It is difficult. It takes incredible discipline. Just show up. Just do what you can with the tools that you have. Put timers on your phone, and love yourself enough to invest in yourself. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. I'm so proud of every single one of you. This is not easy. I've said this numerous times, and it's scripture. Remember Lot's wife. Walking towards something, the energy of walking towards something and the energy of walking away from something are two wildly different things. Walk towards what is new and you don't look back. Keep walking towards it. Keep becoming that you. Keep showing up as your most authentic, aligned self. That is what I am here for you. When you feel like you are out of alignment, you call me, you come see me, you set up a session, and in one session, we will get you towards your proper trajectory. So please reach out for a private session. I offer 15-minute free consultations to chit chat and see what, whether it's private, whether it's, in the all access membership group. We do one coaching call a month, $33. Very, very exciting. The first one's going to be on the 7th of December, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to process together. You're going to ask your questions and I'll answer as many of them as I possibly can. You are not alone, but surround yourself with winners. I'm going to have a complete 2025 all signs reading. I'm going to have a 2025 channeled messages. Okay. I'm going to leave you with this. 2025 all signs reading, a 2025 workbook, which was going to have exploratory questions. We go through the flow of the month, the key dates where everything changes signs, all those different things. And then I'm also going to have a channeled messages. You will receive for free, if you buy the all signs reading or the workbook, the channeled messages. You can also buy all three of them together. That's going to be launching on the 28th. I have so many resources for you to help guide you. But no one can do this work for you but you. You are the savior that you are looking for. You are the one that has the codes that can solve the problem that you have happening outside of yourself, that you've labeled as a problem. This is a little bit more Sagittarius than I'm used to. So again, the sun right now as I'm recording this is at 28 degrees of Scorpio, which is like... It's a lot happening. So the last thing that I want to reference is a book that I read a very long time ago. But there's a phrase. The book is it's titled Watch Me. It's Angelica Houston. It's one of her autobiographies. She's written a few and it's just incredibly eloquent. And I haven't read it in many years. So the title of that book, something came to her brain where I think it was Marlon Brando that said it to her, but please do not quote me on this and please do your own research on this, had said to her at a moment where she had just been doing modeling. She was modeling for Vogue. She was on the younger side. And he said, poor you, so much talent and nothing to show for it. And in her brain, she just said, watch me. So instead of fighting the fight out there, let God take over. Let the universe take over that situation. I'm right there with you. I'm having this exact same experience, so I'm right there with you. And focus on that moment, that stage, whatever it is, that freedom, that if you, the whole thing went kaput today, you're like, oh, that is your North Star. That. Focus there. Get obsessed with it. Look at it every single day. Clean your house, throw away your clothes, anything that doesn't vibrate at that frequency, shut it down. Shut it down. This is mutable fire energy in Sagittarius season. So it's a great time. You can quick pivot this month, new moon, full moon, new moon. You can really, and this is top of the chart. New moon in Sag, new moon in Cap. This is legacy, quest, adventure, higher education, long distance travel, spirituality, legality. Let God tend to that. And you stay the course. Act accordingly. I love you. I'm proud of you. Please reach out with any questions. Please reach out if you're interested in a one-on-one. Please visit my website, the menu. All of the links are below. Please visit my self-mastery program that's available on my Gumroad. Please join my membership group. Very, very accessible rates there. And it's a really incredible group. I'm really proud of every single one of you. Please definitely join my Monday Lives, 11 Eastern Standard Time. We're just chatting about the current energies and the vibrations, and it's such a supportive group. This community, we speak from I statements and we support each other. I love you. I will see you in the All Signs reading for this new moon in Sag. Ciao, darling.